Hello folks, this is Art again. Quick update on my Jaguar XJR EV Conversion project. As you can see, I have already removed original drivetrain. The engine bay is pretty empty at this point. Transmission is also gone, and so is part of the drive shaft. So what I'm doing today is checking the fitment of the new Lexus GS 450h transmission. I have built this cart to help me with the fitment and the measurements. So this transmission is about 8 inches longer than original transmission. So definitely there's going to be some changes here. So the original transmission would end somewhere here, a few inches before the steering rack. The new one, given that it's 8 inches longer, would go past it. So that's obviously it's not going to happen. So I'm going to have to move this transmission to the rear of the car. And that will basically mean that I'm gonna have to trim drive shaft a little bit. Here it is, the original drive shaft. It's actually half of it, the front part of the drive shaft. So it's gonna have to be shortened about 8 inches. Other than that, I'm gonna lower a car and show you how this transmission fits. We are now inside of the engine bay, and transmission is roughly in the location where I'm going to mount it. So I'm gonna need to fabricate some kind of mount. It's most likely gonna be some kind of crossbar going between those two rails, and transmission is gonna be attached to it. We have plenty of space around it. There's very good clearance, and transmission is actually pushed back quite a bit towards the back of the car, which you see there's plenty of space, about 10 to 12 inches between the steering rack and transmission now, which is actually much more clearance than with the original transmission. So I really wanted to move this transmission as far back as possible to give me most room inside of this engine bay for additional components and mainly batteries. So right now I have about 34 inches of clearance between the front radiator and the transmission. So that gives me quite a bit of room to work with for the batteries. On the back here, you can see there's also plenty of clearance. I have at least 1 inch all the way around. The original Lexus bracket is still on, and I think I'm going to use it. However, there's no direct place that I can bolt it into the frame, so I am going to have to fabricate some kind of mounts so I can attach it, and it looks like there is area right there that I can sort of hang it from on both sides of the transmission, here and there. So I'm gonna have to create some brackets. I already have some idea how I'm going to do it, so that's the next step. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with what I see so far. Looks like there's plenty of room, clearance to mount it where I really want it is, and to give me the maximum available space in the engine place for the remaining components. Yeah, I am going to have to trim this drive shaft, but that I will have to do no matter what, because this transmission is much longer. So this is gonna be a little bit challenging, perhaps, because it's not an easy task to shorten this drive shaft. It has to be properly welded and balanced. So, but we will see how it goes. Back to the transmission. Here's another task for me. You can see the original input shaft, which was attached to original combustion engine in the Lexus. And what I have to do in order to be able to use both of those electric motors to power my car, this input shaft has to be locked in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the original components I have over here, which is actually the original Lexus flywheel and original coupler. So definitely not gonna use flywheel, no need for that. And what I'm mostly interested is the centerpiece here with the spline. I'm going to use this to lock input shaft in place, and there's a couple of ways I could do this. I could even use this entire disc and somehow attach it, lock it, and that will be it. However, this piece is very heavy. It's about 15 pounds on its own. Both pieces are about 30 pounds. I couldn't just justify this amount of dead weight here. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna somehow extract this center piece with the spline and get rid of the rest of it, and try to find some way to use this center piece only. And there's multiple ways also this can be accomplished. So most likely I'm gonna have to now basically drill through those rivets here, this 3 times 4 on 4 sides. So, and hopefully I will be able to get that centerpiece out. Okay folks, this is mostly it for today. I got some work to do, and I will update when I got some mounts fabricated, and I will show you how it all fits. Until next time.